you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Bulldog here, continuing on with 30 and 30. We're taking a look at 30 different NFT games coming up across the industry over the next 30 days. We've looked at all sorts of different genres. We've looked at small scale. We've looked at large scale. Today, we're going to look at Cipher, which is one of the big names coming up here very soon. At least I've got a sale coming up very soon. The game's actually not going to be until next year. But this is one of the most well-funded games. Lots of hype around it. It's a big one coming up. So we've absolutely got to dive into them. So this entire series, by the way, is made possible by Zen Sports. We know you guys like NFT games. If you like PvP games like Cipher, you've got to go check out Zen Sports. They do all sorts of challenges. Splinterlands is my main game, and they gave away almost $30,000 worth of crypto prizes for tournaments and those types of things just last month. They've got a big charity event coming up this next month, so make sure to go visit them. Their info is down in the Discord. I don't know if they'll be into something like Cipher, but this feels like something that they could maybe have tournaments for, because we've got a big PvP aspect to Cipher. It's another MOBA, so I've kind of covered one already. This one's a very different style though, and it's going to combine your MOBA gameplay with an open world social environment. It's going to have PvP, PvE. This thing looks nice. When I first saw it, I actually dismissed it because I thought it was one of the it was one of those like NFT projects where you've got the 10,000 randomly generated things, and I wasn't really interested in those. I didn't realize how much gameplay there was behind all this. So let's take a look first and look at the trailer, and then we'll go from there. So here you guys go. Here is the Cipher trailer, just released not too long ago. Yeah, does that not look sweet? I mean, that's clearly a team with a large budget putting together a nice trailer. Unfortunately, we don't see a ton of gameplay in there, but the game is still kind of a ways out. But let's go in here to the website here, and we can kind of look at things a little more in depth, tell you kind of what's going on. So right at the beginning, you'll see, so Nico is one of the new characters that is coming out. It launches here in 4 days, just 4 days away. So if you guys are interested, want to get one of the Genesis characters, one of the original characters, you should go check that out. I actually don't have any referral links for this one, but I'll still put the links down below. And they've got their countdown there. Yeah, you guys aren't reading that, are you? 10,000. There's 10,000 available. Public sale occurs in 4 days. And yeah, eyes over here. Eyes over here. It's going to be a Dutch auction. If you got whitelisted, you can participate there. You're actually going to be able to breed these ciphers, and so there's going to be an unlimited number available. But if you have one of the original 10,000, you are going to have lots of benefits. Access to things like there's going to be a land sale down the line. Access to that. You're going to get potentially early access or whitelisted access at least to some of the other characters. It's actually down here a little bit. We'll kind of look at it. There's going to be starships, which are kind of their mounts that you're going to have kind of earlier access to. Even if you're just, okay, these are going to start breeding, right? The only supply the game is providing is the initial 10,000. If you've got access to those, you can have access to some of the earliest breeds and be able to sell some of those characters and make some money off of it. So it's also kind of an investment thing. But this is the big thing. Games are meant to be fun and social, and that's something I've been very big on in this channel. Is I don't want to cover games that are not fun, and you're gonna see different versions of that with here in the NFT gaming industry as we get started out. I don't want something that you just do a few clicks and it's basically it's not really a game. It's more farming and just staking rewards. We want to have fun with a game, and I feel like this team is dedicated to making a fun game and a good social experience. So they're kind of going to combine some of the competitiveness and some of the social experience for some of these games, and I really like the direction they're going. I think they've got the right priorities, and I think they've got the money and the finances to go make this happen. You don't see a lot of there's not a ton of projects out there that have both. There's money flying all over the place, but a lot of people are just looking for a quick buck and trying to attach a game to it to inflate their coin. And then you've got some other ones that really want to make a fun game, and they're making a fun game, but because they're not pumping a token, they don't have as much investments coming in. This one appears to have both, and it's going to be a major player in this industry. Absolutely. So you've got handcrafted digital characters. So you see some things. I initially saw these and just wasn't like, I thought they were kind of more like your standard NFT collections and wasn't really all that excited about it, to be honest. The artwork's now cool now that I know the gameplay and the 3D models and everything going on behind it. But I kind of dismissed. I didn't give it as much attention as I should have at first, because there's just, the market's been diluted with so many of these things that it's hard to separate them all out. So Cipher is an ambitious casual fighting and exploration game. So they refer to themselves as MOBA and open world, and I'm excited about it. There are immersive world, guilds are going to play a major role. Guilds can even be a profitable experience. So you're going to see a lot of that. And players economy. I mean, if you guys have followed this channel, you know everything in the game, or the vast majority of things in the game, are NFT based. You own them, you can sell them, and that's obviously going to be a big part of what's here. So Genesis Ciphers, this is kind of what I talked about, how you'll get mint passes for their comic. There's a comic coming out very soon, early access to the game, get a head start on like a Guildmasters program, whitelist fast tracks, so like some of their for the next characters, the next race or whatever that comes out, you can get early access to, or potentially get early access to that. You don't necessarily know all the benefits as we don't know the details on everything that's coming out, but exclusive limited edition spaceship parts, that's what interests me right there, those spaceship parts. Those seem like they're going to be pretty valuable. We'll see all sorts of backers here, and if you just go look on their Twitter account, every single day, multiple times a day, they're tweeting about a new partnership. I think they raised $8 million just last week with some of their funding. This game is extremely well funded. If we go to About Us, you can actually find there should be team and culture up here. I was coming to the team. I'll get back to the rest of it later. There is a large team here, and you can go in and you can see their LinkedIn, their Twitter profiles, everything. You can actually go research this team, depending on how much research you want to do on everybody before investing into a game. It's a fairly large team with a lot of backing behind it. So there's a lot going on. We can go back to vision and roadmap here. A community-driven game. Again, a game that we want to play. We've kind of talked about that. They want to make it a fun game. Now, you saw very limited gameplay in there, so we don't have a lot of gameplay to show off. We don't know exactly what all is going to be here, but the concept looks really cool. They've clearly got the finances to go through and make this, and all the partnerships. So I trust that they are going to be able to put together a pretty solid game here. So we'll kind of go through the roadmap, then we'll go back up to the world of Cipher and look at it a little bit more. So we're kind of right here. Introduction of the Nico website. So they just redid their website, and minting the Nico's about to come out. We'll kind of expand these. The comic series, that's what I mentioned. There's going to be a comic series coming out, it looks kind of cool. I'm a person that's into comics, so I'm kind of excited about that. Not every gamer is into comics, but there's going to be little Easter eggs and things in their comics that can actually be applied in game, and like even some different codes available and things like that. The comics are going to be NFTs, so I'm kind of excited about that. They mentioned this community program. I'm not sure what all is going into that, but again, they want to make this a social game and a streamer game and get everybody involved, and I'm kind of excited about it. Spaceship Loot, they'll have another character out, Burrow, up next year. Here's where we start to get into PvP gameplay playable demos. So your demos for your early investors, the people who bought some of these early characters, you're looking at January to March. So that's kind of when your first real taste of this game is going to come. And I said this on my last video, that's not that far away. When I think January, the year's going by so fast. This career change has the time flying for me. January's less than 2 months away now. It's not that far, and it's kind of amazing to think about. But anyways, we've got so again, you can I don't necessarily need to read this all to you, but there's the PvE is up first, and then you're gonna have PvP kind of early middle of next year. A co-op dungeon game mode. So again, getting some more PvE, some more social games, more comics, PvE leaderboard, Guild Wars coming, Cypherian Brawls. There's going to be all sorts of things. Land, so much plans, and sometimes when you're going through some of these roadmaps, you're like, can the team actually produce all this stuff out this quick? Again, there's a lot of funding going into this game. This is the type of team that can put together massive projects like this, and you can feel like it's fairly low risk that they're going to go out and do this. I do not. There's always risk in NFT gaming. Absolutely. I definitely don't want to tell anybody that there's never any risk. But this is a game that feels like it's going to be here and it's going to be big. The question is how fun is it going to be? You never know exactly what everything's going to be like, but it's going to be a major player in the industry one way or another. So, the world. All players' characters, weapons, cosmetics, and functional in-game items are NFTs. So, it's what you'd expect. It's what you expect from NFT gaming. So, it kind of talks about you can go through trading, land ownership, and look at everything here. Game characters. There's a whole lore behind all of this that you can go look through. And then this is kind of what meaningful in-game content. Meaningful in-game content. You do not there are not a lot of NFT games out there right now that have meaningful in-game content. There are fun games. There are a few fun. There's a lot of crap games. Then there's a few fun games, but there are things that don't really have a ton of depth. And okay, you progress through a lot of it, and it gets repetitive. Casual to start, hard to master. They want casual to start, fun to play, and hard to master. And with a living economy and all of that, we need more meaningful in-game content, and it's exciting to see that is kind of a focus of this immersive storyline. They're wanting comics with this. There's going to be a very large storyline and lots of lore going with it. Classes and skills, we don't really know a bunch of information about this yet, but you're going to have all sorts of RPG elements, crafting, research. Again, it's going to combine that open world with that MOBA, and it's going to be pretty fun to play. At least I think it's going to be pretty fun to play. 3 different factions. We're not going to take the time to go. I've taken too long in this video already. We're not going to take the time to go through all of them, but there's 3 different factions that you can play as. And then it talks about the true ownership, which most of you will already be familiar with that whole concept. So I feel like I've taken way too long on this video, but the point is, this is going to be a major player in the NFT gaming industry, and we'll see what it's like by the time they get out. We've got a few more months to go, but these 10,000 characters are going to sell out. There is no doubt about it. They've got 80,000 members on their Discord. They've got a large social media following elsewhere. This is without a doubt going to be a huge game, and 10,000 might sound like a lot, and yeah, then they've got another 10,000 characters coming early next year, so you might think, that's a lot. Maybe it's not going to hold its value. there's going to be plenty of value in these characters, guys. I promise you, this is a game that there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people trying to get into. So what'll that do to pricing? And then once you start breeding and then having more characters, how are those going to hold its price? I don't know. I'm not going to start trying to make projections there as far as earning potential goes, because there's just not enough. They're going to have their own token, but we haven't really seen a lot of tokenomics yet, that type of thing. This is you're still very early if you're getting in this. There are 80,000 people in the Discord, and you are still early if you can get in and participate in this pre-sale right now. So it's an exciting time to be in this industry and covering games like this, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play some of these. I'm obviously not going to be able to play all 30 games that I'm covering here in this series, but you have no doubt that I'm going to give this one a long look. I'm going to get myself a character at some point, and we're gonna jump in, because I want to be able to have early access January, February, March, whenever this comes out, because I feel like it's going to be a good one. I know I've said that like 16 times. I beat a dead horse. The horse is dead already. I know, but that's I'm excited about everything. Can you guys tell in my videos? Again, if you're just now checking into this series, none of these games are giving me any incentives up front to make any videos. If there's a referral program, I'll certainly use the built-in referral link to post. This game does not have a referral link, at least that I found, so I have no incentives. No referral incentives. They're not paying me to do any of this. I actually could have gotten whitelist access if I had made the video sooner. I saw that there were, as I was kind of finally doing more in-depth research, I finally saw that if you made videos by yesterday, you could potentially get points to get on the whitelist, and I missed that deadline, so there's no incentive. I'm doing this, and I'm excited about this game purely because I'm excited about these games that are coming up. These are not sponsored videos, so there's no reason. Like, again, I'm not just blowing smoke here. I actually believe in these games and these projects, and it's one of them I'm excited about. So again, continuing to beat the dead horse that died 5 minutes ago. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you check out the rest of my series. Stay tuned. We've still got a lot of games left. This is just the beginning, and this is just the beginning of covering all sorts of NFT gaming for me. So it's not just Splinterlands. Splinterlands is going to continue to be a primary focus, but we're expanding this so much more now. So I hope you guys join the channel, join the Discord, follow along. I'll be seeing you around. You all have a great night.